Jimbo, there's a lot of things in this world that are surprising. People just don't expect them. Nobody expects the Spanish Inquisition. I'll tell you what's pretty surprising though. Getting yourself a Friday forecast on a Thursday. Who sees that coming? Well, you're getting it today, folks. And today it's the last one. It's the last preseason prediction show for the Friday forecast for 2025. After this one, we're talking about games. Because guess what? 7 days. We're officially 1 week away from the start of football season. Will MICAH be on the Cowboys? Where will the Cowboys finish? Where will the Eagles finish? Where will the Redskins finish? Where will the New York Football Giants finish? Will they be dead last again? Will something else happen? We don't know. But that's what we're here to predict right now on the Friday forecast, the NFC East Division Edition. Ladies and gentlemen, let's go. Welcome, everybody, to the Friday forecast right here on Stay Tuned Sports. I'm your boy King. That is your good friend Jimbo right over there. If you want to help us out for free, the best way you can do that, like, share, subscribe, all the buttons down there. Hit a ball, baby, like slot machines in Vegas. It helps us out. That's all we're saying. I know everybody's like, oh, you got to do the high energy shit. There you go. Is that high energy enough for everybody? There you go. Just help us out with the algorithm. Get us more viewers than 8, please. That would be very nice. Thank you very much for all the help that you do give us. And for the people who are joining us in the chat, who are always there, Hamster, ELS, maybe we'll get a couple more people in there by the end of the show. The chat's open. If you want to come in and say hi, say hello, say how are you doing, you can come right on in and do so. Because also at the top of the chat as well and in the description below, there's other ways you can help us a little bit more fiduciarily. I don't know if that's a word, but I just said it, so now it is.
It is now.
There it is, baby. We have a link for our donation station and our merch store there in the top of the chat and in the description below this video. Link for our Discord there as well. Also, in the description below this video, go vote for my nephew Thomas for Athlete of the Year, Youth Athlete of the Year. Great kid, giant monster on the field, kindest, sweetest kid off it. Really is just a nice kid, and he deserves it. So, listen, I know he's my nephew, but if he didn't deserve it, I would still be like, screw the kid. But I'm a man of honesty. And he really is a good kid, and he does deserve it. So go give him a vote over there at that link. Thank you so very much. Jimbo, how are we doing on this? Supposed to be Friday, but it's actually a Thursday. How are we doing?
Pretty good because we got college football tonight. We got football for the next 5 days.
Yes, we do. We have
meaningful. We should say that meaningful.
It's
football.
somewhat meaningful. Like I said, we got Cincinnati, Nebraska. I think will be a good game. I honestly think Boise State USF, will be actually a pretty entertaining game as well. Do not get me wrong about that. Who's playing tomorrow? I forget. There is an actual pretty decent game tomorrow, I think.
Yeah.
And then obviously Saturday, huge day of college football. Lots and lots of stuff there going on. And Notre Dame plays on Sunday. And then Monday there is another game. And I forget which one that is because that shows you how well I've been keeping track of it. There's too much. And my tiny little brain cannot handle all of the football information. It's so exciting that we finally have it back here. And I certainly hope that you're as excited as I am. And again, ELS in the chat there, Hamster in the chat. You can come in and join the chat. It's open. Say hi, say hello, say how you doing. Hamster says he's just got his Green Bay Blizzard Eastern Conference champion merch. Congratulations to the Green Bay Blizzard. Just came up short of the championship game, unfortunately. I wish I had watched that game. I would have watched that game on here. I did kind of want to do that, and then I didn't. I was trying to think if there was an excuse for why. I can't remember. I might have been out somewhere. I can't remember. But I did want to do that for our good friend ELS to watch along. But that's been good. ELS, he's also put his predictions for the NFC East into the chat. If you want to go ahead and do that as well, chat's open. Let us know how you're thinking. A couple things before we jump on over there, though, to the vertical board, like we do every week. Jimbo, we got word Brendan got word.
When the date is?
That the what?
When the date is?
No, not that. Not that yet.
I thought we were
not
gonna
that yet.
go 4
No,
days
no,
ago
no, no,
talking
no.
about
We're
Taylor.
we are Taylor free for now. Although you just said it, so now this was going to be a Taylor free show. Now it's
Gotta
not.
keep the streak going somehow.
There we go, baby. We did get word that the Dallas Cowboys have finally decided to open their ears and open their hearts and listen to offers for Micah Parsons. Interesting things happening in the world of the Dallas Cowboys and potentially the NFL. From the word that we've heard, and this comes from the word that we've heard. Look at that. I'm just spitting bars. I don't even mean to. Not even meaning to. Just spitting fucking bars. Let's go.
On fire today.
Oh, dude, it's great. Is that Jerry wants to get this done before next week. He wants to get this done before the game happens. Now, the Cowboys are going to start practicing for the Eagles game on Friday. I believe this is going to be their first practice in preparation for the Thursday night game against the Eagles, which is, as I mentioned, 1 week from tonight. Oh, everybody, hide your boners. We're all excited.
Never seen you so excited for an Eagles game.
I'm excited for football. I am excited for football.
Yeah, I think it's because it's the Eagles.
No, because listen, I was this excited too. I remember when after you assholes won in 2017, the opening game that year. Who did you play that year? I forget who you played.
I try to forget that season.
Yeah, but I remember being excited for watching that game and rooting against the Eagles. This one makes it a little harder because it's, to root against the Eagles, I would have to root for the Cowboys. But they don't want to do that either. So, kind of puts me in a little bit of a predicament. So I'm just going to enjoy the festivity of it, basically. It's like, it's football New Year. You know what I mean? Yeah. We're just celebrating football. Fuck the Eagles. Fuck the Cowboys. We're just celebrating football. So that's why I'm excited, clearly. But we do... I mean, it seems like this might be moving now toward... Because this was my thought. I thought Jerry was going to dig in and say, I have to win. Yeah. I'm gonna teach Micah a lesson. I want to teach this young little whippersnapper a lesson, and I'm going to win, and I'm going to put him in his place, because that's kind of what Jerry does. Yeah. This is the first real shift in that kind of thought process. It's where it's like, oh, the Cowboys are listening. Now, again, some of the rumors have been that the Packers are one of the ones out there. People are throwing out some wild fucking numbers and trade possibilities and stuff like that. The one I've heard that is generally seems to be more realistic is I think it was like 2 1s and like a defensive starter, a starting player, 2 1s or like a 1 and a 2, and then they would sign Micah to like a $45 million per year AAV fucking contract.
Yeah,
that seems realistic in my mind. Now it's a question of, will other teams try to match that? Will other teams try to push that? And will Jerry be dumb enough to fucking trade him in the NFC? I don't know. Like, that's what I mean. But with that, ladies and gentlemen, what's your thoughts on this little development there on the whole Micah Parsons? No, he's not going to the Eagles. He's not coming to the Giants.
He's coming.
As dumb as Jerry is, and as dumb as it would be to even trade him to the NFC, if he trades him within the NFC East, he might be, and I mean this in the most medical and clinical way possible, so please don't come after me, YouTube, but like, what was it, the DSMV fucking 4, whatever it is, the whatever the actual clinical nurse's handbook is, Jerry might be clinically retarded. And that's what I mean. I mean that in the most medical sense possible. I'm not trying to be like, something might be wrong with that man if he does that. But so what are your thoughts there on this little not quite breaking news, but it's a little bit of a shifting news kind of situation?
I wonder how much of this is Stephen Jones finally sitting Dad down, like, Dad, we gotta do something here.
You pissed him off too much. You did. You went too far this time, old man.
Because when this first really started to heat up as far as the disconnect between Micah and the team, Stephen Jones I think did ask Jerry, are we looking to trade him or whatever, and Jerry said any type of trade talk is BS.
Right.
So that's and now, like I said, and here's the other thing too. When you're talking about that big of a contract, 45 million a year, to me that would take a lot longer to gather together than just a week. Like, so I still don't think this can get done before the season starts. I could see him being on the team week 1 against Philly.
That could, like, again, the fact that we're hearing now that the trade talks are open and that reportedly, again, allegedly, we have to put all those qualifiers before we had to, say any of this, is that Jerry wants this done before Thursday.
Yeah.
He wants this done before the game. Does that happen? There's a lot of ins, a lot of outs, a lot of what have yous, as the dude would say from Lebowski. There's a lot of moving parts, so I don't know if it can be done that quickly. And sometimes it can be. Sometimes if something gets done right, it just picks up steam, rolls, and boom, next thing you know, it's done. And it's like, oh shit. Yeah. So it's interesting. I wonder where it goes. Here's my thing: like, if the Packers thing turns out to be true, like if they do end up moving him to the Packers, the Cowboys play them in Week 4 on Sunday night. The Sunday night game in Dallas.
Yeah,
you're setting yourself up to have Micah Parsons come back in with the Green Bay Packers and fucking demolish you, or as you said yesterday, mortalize them. Like, it would be like. That's the thing that I don't get when it comes to Jerry.
It's not just week 4 too that you'd be looking at. I mean, as much as you are a little iffy about the Packers, I mean, Parsons obviously could push them into the playoffs.
Oh yeah,
Dallas could maybe sneak in. Then you'd be playing them in the playoffs.
I mean, there's a possibility of that. Like, I'm not going to say that, but I think if Dallas gets rid of Micah, though, I don't know. You got yourself a first-time head coach there who nobody seems to have any real respect for. Maybe in the Dallas, like, there's been no real buzz coming out of there, and it seems like he got the job because he's very much I'll let Jerry do what he wants. Jerry, as we learned from his documentary with seeing what he did with Jimmy Johnson and some of the other coaches he had there. Like, he's very much not a guy who wants anybody else to get credit for how good the team does other than himself. Yeah. So, like, again, that was surprising when he had Parcells there. But, again, Parcells didn't last that long in Dallas either, probably because of those reasons. But, like, that's an interesting – there's movement, and that's something. So there's something to watch. And, again, if something does happen and I am near a computer – I will be on here talking about whatever potential breaking news there will be. But it seems like now there's a chance that we have some potential breaking news coming soon, instead of just being like, well, maybe they'll just sit the fuck out the whole season. I don't know. It seems like that is getting less, and now it's either more Mike is either going to play for the Cowboys or he is going to play, but just somewhere else.
I really hope Philly trades for him now, because I really want to tune in and see your reaction and your meltdown.
Oh, dude, it would be because it would be so dumb. And then it's like, but this is the other thing we were talking about in the Discord, which, by the way, Discord link in the top of the chat and in the description below if you're ever so interested. It almost feels like the Eagles, in trying to trade for him, might lose more than they would gain. And that's not saying that Mike is a bad player, but clearly not. Clearly, he's a player that anybody would want. But the Eagles are so good.
Yeah, that's true.
And they're so good on defense, and they have pieces there. It's like what you would have to give up. And they draft well. Howie's a very good drafter. It seems like what you would give up and what have to give up and do that to get him there. Yes, he's going to still be great and go, and be a fantastic player. Do the Eagles want to give that up? Do the Eagles want to, or are we like, hey, listen, we're the defending Super Bowl champions. Right now, we feel like we're the best team in the NFL. There's a shit ton of talking heads that absolutely agree with that. Would you do that? Like, that's what I mean. It feels like the one thing where getting Micah for the Eagles may turn out to be a net negative, despite the fact that he's a fucking Hall of Fame type player.
Yeah. I mean, honestly, like 90% of me obviously joking around. There is 10% of me that'd be like, "Oh, this would be pretty cool." We still got to sign Jalen Carter. He's gonna want a ton of money.
Right.
If Jordan Davis, who is on his 5th-year deal, or the 5th-year option, if he plays really well this year, he's gonna want decent money. So we got to worry about our young guys.
All right, and that's what I agree. And like here, but meanwhile, Jerry. If you're open to trading in the NFC, and not only that, but the NFC East, Kayvon Thibodeau, it's a starter. He's a starter, technically an NFL starter.
Check Twitter.
Uh oh. Hold on. Let's see.
Oh damn it! I got. I saw Ari's name.
Breaking news: Ari Miroff. The Cowboys are trading Micah Parsons to the Packers. It happened.
Yeah,
it happened. Micah Parsons is traded. Holy shit! Micah Parsons has been traded. Whoa, boy! Oh my God! It happened while we're on the air. I'm so glad we went live today.
Our biggest breaking news ever.
Holy shit!
Someone check on ELS.
Oh my God! ELS is about to come all over the chat. Our resident Packers fan. Micah Parsons, the Cowboys are trading Micah Parsons to the Packers, and they agreed to a 4-year, $188 million deal. It has happened. $136 million guaranteed. This is by Ian Rappaport, Ari Miroff, and just fucking everybody. He's going to be getting 47 AAV, $47 million per year. It is the highest paid non-quarterback in history, and that's 2 first-rounders going back to Dallas. Oh my, all of a sudden, the Green Bay Packers, you have to think about, because listen, their biggest question in Green Bay, outside of Jordan Love not sucking, sorry ELS, was Micah was their defense. It's like their defense is whatever, but so now they get Micah Parsons. So that's an upgrade in front, man. That is an upgrade right immediately. You still have Xavier McKinney and your defensive backfield, who's somebody who I love and who the Giants shouldn't have fucking let go of. But now, all of a sudden, holy shit. It happened. And what did I say? What have I been pounding the fucking table on ever since this happened? I said, he is not playing for Jerry. He is not going to play for the... Everybody's like, oh, he's just saying this, but he's going to sign. Jerry will give him all the money in the world he's going to sign. When you read that Notes app tweet that he had, reading that was a straight up breakup letter. That was a divorce. That was like, listen, I played the good soldier. I did everything that people say you're supposed to do the right thing and act the right way, and I did those things because I knew my time was going to come. And then when my time came, you tried to fuck me over. And then not only that, but you sit there and say, well, I'm always injured. Why am I going to pay him if he's always injured? Same thing with Dak. And you insulted me. You insulted my teammates. You insulted all that. It's like, I don't want, fuck you. I'm not playing. You could give me $500 million a year. I'm not playing for you.
Yeah.
And that's what it felt like. And now, ultimately, that's true. And I think that's why this moved. And that's why it moved so fast. Because we were just talking about, sometimes it takes a little time to move things. And sometimes it takes a little something like that. Next thing you know,
like
boom. So fast, so quick, and that was it. I think once it registered with Jerry that he wasn't, I was like, I'm not playing for you now, no matter what.
Yeah.
Whatever you thought we negotiated, whatever you thought we had, I'm not playing for you, ever. I think Jerry was fine. I'm like, fine, fuck it, all right. And so they do get a haul. They do get 2 first rounds from what I can see. I don't know if there's anything else or any other details. We got the contract details. He's getting, 144 million, 130 something guaranteed. Wow. And he'll be making $47 million AAV. So he's getting $47 million a year. He's the highest paid non-quarterback in NFL history. I'm trying to see if there's anything else. Everybody, obviously, we got ELS losing their mind. I'm on Twitter right now seeing old Tom Grossi, our fellow YouTuber there. He's losing his mind as he is a Packers fan, so he's fucking losing his mind. That is huge. How do we move on? Like, we got to talk about the NFC East here for a second, but holy shit. I mean, this is this might change how we figure Dallas is, because maybe not much. To be fair, but wow.
And you know, like a little side note about today's show, I guess it was the right call to go live.
I was gonna say, man, holy shit! I'm so glad we decided to go live on this one. We were debating, like, should we want to record and release it tomorrow? Imagine if we did that. Imagine if we recorded this.
That'd be twice.
And then we put it out there. It's like, oh, we're talking about, maybe Micah gets traded or something. Meanwhile, this happens. So I'm glad we said, fuck it, we're going live from now on. No matter what we do, everything is live. Yeah. Holy shit. That's really the only reaction you can have right now. ELS in the chat, go Pack, go Pack, go. He is ELS. You are allowed to go crazy, young man, go crazy. You're allowed to go ahead and lose your mind if you're a Packers fan right now. If you're a Cowboys fan, it's gonna be a long year, guys. Gonna be a long year. I think that's all I can really say about that. Yeah,
it's gonna feel like the years before Tony Romo, like
the Quincy Carter. What was that?
Like
remember Quincy Carter? Hold on, we have a reaction here. This one's from, I believe, Ty Schmidt from the Pat McAfee show.
He's Packer.
I don't know if everybody else can hear that or not, but
I started talking myself into
$47 million a year?
So, hey, I said, be aggressive. Fucking get
I was
this
gonna turn
thing
my
done.
phone
If
up so I
someone else
could hear
wants to
it,
pay 42, you pay 47. Now let's see, what they gave away. Now we got to see what they
take it
gave
he's
away. Because
losing
I
his
also said,
Yes.
6 first-round picks, 7 first-round picks.
he said he called it. He did say he was talking about. I'll give him anything. $45 million a year, $50 million a year. How many first rounders you want? It looks like it took 2 first rounders, and $47 million a year.
Wow.
And the Cowboys, from what it seems like, the Cowboys are only getting 2 first rounders back.
It sounds like Cowboys just wanted to be done with it.
That's what it felt like. It felt like it was. That's what I was saying. Jerry wanted to get this done before. Apparently, not just the game. He wanted to get this done before they started practicing, because they're starting to practice tomorrow for the game.
Yeah.
So there it is. Micah Parsons, highest paid non-quarterback in NFL history, 4 years. $188 million, 136 guaranteed, 47 APY, whatever they call it.
Yeah.
There you go, ladies and gentlemen. You're not going to get more breaking news than that. That broke, and we were right here with you. Micah Parsons traded, as we're doing this fucking live, talking about the NFC East, trying to predict it. I don't even know where to go from here. I guess we just got to go and talk about it, because we're going to talk a little bit about Micah. I was going to talk a little bit about the rivalry uniforms that came out. Fuck that. It's over.
Yeah, screw that stuff.
Yeah, most of those uniforms suck anyway. Let's be honest. ELS wants to know if we're going to plan a STS Extra Live. I wasn't. I might now. I don't know if Jimbo can join us or not. I know Jimbo might be a little iffy.
Let you guys know.
Right. I might join in there. We might do it a little live. I might join in one of the other Discords and do a live as well. There's a lot of people to talk to right now, and I'm glad that you're with us here on Stay Tuned Sports, watching us live. As again, the news just came out. Micah Parsons traded from the Dallas Cowboys within the NFC. Jerry, what the fuck are you doing? Now all of a sudden, the NBC executives have the largest erections right now. Are you kidding me? Sunday Night Football,
God, yeah.
Week 4, Green Bay Packers at Dallas Cowboys. Who the fuck isn't watching that game?
Yeah.
Who isn't watching that game? Oh, my God. Oh my God! Insane.
Ticket prices that game just went up 200%.
Oh God, that place is going to be, and it's going to be. Oh, there's going to be a lot of green down there in Arlington, man. There's going to be a lot of green. Probably a lot of Cowboys fans wearing Parsons jerseys just to be like, "Fuck you, Jerry." Yeah, that's gonna. All of a sudden, boy, we got some bangers, man. We got some bangers early on, and if I'm on NBC, I'm fucking dancing. I'm fucking, yeah. Ooh, that's gonna be good rating. You're talking to all your salespeople right now. Is like, get everybody. Get Burger King. We'll do the fucking Whopper shit again. Don't give a fuck. Get every commercial, all of them. $3 million for 30 seconds. Do it. They'll do it. Trust me. The ratings on that game are going to be phenomenal. For a regular season game, they're going to be fucking nuts.
Yep.
This is, wow. You think about this. What a win first of all, what a win for the Packers. We'll just on that end, what a win for the Packers. Right now, I think you instantly become a contender. You become an absolute contender in the NFC now. And again, I think you still have a lot of questions about Jordan Love. You have some questions that you need to answer about maybe your offensive line and other aspects of your defense. Don't get me wrong. I think there's still other questions there. But now, all of a sudden, one player, I think, has changed your trajectory. We'll see how that works out. Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. Like, first of all, that's amazing. Then you look at it from the NFL perspective. What a win. What a win. This is storylines for fucking days, man. You can run this shit like it's fucking WWE. You can run this shit like it's fucking lead up to SummerSlam and then WrestleMania. There's so many ways you can go about this, especially if somehow the Cowboys end up in the playoffs or something and you get a match again between these two, or just having that, again, so early in the season. God. Yeah. And that's the other thing. Now you take it from the NBC executive points. Oh, we're going to sell so many ads. We're selling so many ads. We're going to put them in between flag. This flag has been sponsored by, like, put them everywhere. Everywhere. We're selling everything. It all must go. Win, win, win. All wins there. Amazing. We are 32 minutes into this broadcast, by the way, and we have not talked one bit about the predictions that we have for the NFC East.
Don't care.
Wow.
Don't care. This was
wow.
Great.
This was a huge event, ladies and gentlemen. And yeah, I think I might do a live. Maybe I'll do it into it. Maybe I'll invite you to another Discord because there's more people there. I don't know. I don't know what to do right now. My mind is blown by this. This is truly one of the bigger events to happen, especially while being here, like on live, doing this, to have something like this particularly break. Okay, so Tom Pelissaro has just tweeted that the Packers are expected to send Dallas 2 first-round picks and a player in the deal. So this deal so far is MICAH Parsons for 2 first-rounders and a player to be named later, apparently. A little old-school deal there.
I was going to say, it must not be like a star player, because they would have put it right
or
in.
Maybe it's one that they just haven't released yet. Like I said, maybe it is a Xavier McKinney. Maybe it is somebody like that. One of the better end players there that maybe pushed it over the edge. We'll see. And by the way, we do have a statement here, by the way. Statement released by MICAH Parsons. To Cowboys Nation. Growing up in Harrisburg, Pennsylvania, I was one of the few kids in my neighborhood who cheered for the Dallas Cowboys. Nearly everyone around me supported the Eagles, but I always believed in the Star. To wear that blue and white at Penn State and then carry those same colors into the NFL as a Cowboy, it was more than a dream. It was a destiny. From the moment I arrived in Dallas, you embraced me and my family as your own. You made a kid from the East Coast feel right at home in Texas. Every time I pulled up to work, every time I stepped onto that field, I felt the weight and pride of representing you. You didn't just give me a jersey. You gave me a place to belong. I never wanted this chapter to end, But not everything was in my control. My heart has always been here, and it still is. Through it all, I never made any demands. I never asked for anything more than fairness. I only asked that the person I trust to negotiate my contract be part of the process. I know. Jesus, it's like so obvious. What the fuck are we even doing here? This is a sad day, but not a bitter one. I'll never forget the joy of draft night, the adrenaline of running out of the tunnel, or the brotherhood I shared with my teammates, coaches, and the staff who prepared me every single game. Not fucking Jerry! Not Jerry, though! Those memories are mine forever. North Texas will continue to be my home in the off-season. I'll still be here, giving back to the community that gave me so much. And no matter where the next chapter takes me, the bond we've built will never break. Thank you, Cowboys Nation, for every cheer, every moment, and every ounce of love you showed me. Wearing the star has been the honor of my life. With gratitude and love, Micah Parsons, number 11. Wow! Man knows how to write a statement.
I was curious to see where he was going to go. Was he going to just play neutral, or was he going to take one last shot at Jerry? And obviously he did.
I don't think... Well, I mean, he thanked everybody but Jerry, so that's...
Yeah, but all I want was fairness, and I wanted my...
And he's right, but he's not wrong. And that's the thing, as we said. And I called this even before all this started getting to this point, was like... By the way, ELS hitting us with the full terms here. The Cowboys are getting Kenny Clark and 2 first-rounders. And the Packers get Micah Parsons. So...
Who's Kenny Clark? I'm sorry. I had to ask.
But because I was saying the whole time, like, and this is like for years now, is that, as I scratch my chest here, Micah has been playing the good soldier.
Yeah.
He did what everybody said. He's been doing it the right way, as everybody was saying. He waited. He's like, don't worry about it. I'll wait my turn. Pay Dak, pay the other guys. Let them. It's always good to see teammates eat. That's good. I'll get mine. My price is only going to go up, so it's fine. I don't have a problem. I'll be here when it's ready to get done. And just it was again just stuff at the end of the day that Jerry couldn't help himself, and he took a generational defensive talent, that can be on the level of a J.J. Watt, of a T.J. Watt, of a Myles Garrett, of like he's a man in that level, clearly paid that way now, and he alienated him so bad that he said, "You can pay me whatever you want. I'm not playing for you. Go ahead, offer me the fucking moon." I don't care what it is now. I'm not playing for you because you tried to fuck me over.
Yeah.
You tried to, I'm going to just negotiate with you and not your agent. And then when I said, I'm going to have my agent look at it, you said, no, we negotiated it. And you're like, the fuck we did?
Yeah.
Like, and not only that, there is going to come a time where the NFLPA, after they deal with their old fucking problems, they're going to have to put in a grievance and have an investigation about what Jerry does with these contract negotiations. Because if a player has an agent, you're not supposed to negotiate with anybody other than the agent.
Yeah.
Unless explicitly said otherwise by the player, which hasn't been done. So Jerry thinks that, this is just how I do. Well, no, it's not, Jerry. No, it's not. And you finally got called out on it, and it finally blew up in your face. And hey, congratulations to Micah on the new contract, on playing for a prestigious, historical franchise like the Green Bay Packers, one that not only has been to an NFC Championship game in the last 30 years, has been to several Super Bowls, and has won several Super Bowls since the last time the Cowboys ever sniffed one. So maybe he's got a shot.
And the only other thing I'll add to this, as much as I give him shit about the tush push, congrats to the ELS.
Oh yeah, no, this is as big of a preseason win that you can get if you're a Packers fan. Like, this is Packers win the offseason. Sorry, everybody else. I don't care who you drafted. Like, don't care who you got, although I think we did pretty well with Abdul Carter personally. I'm just saying. And Jackson Dart. Let's go. Right now, as it stands, if you're going to just take everything as preseason wins go, Packers win the preseason.
Yeah.
Does this mean that this puts them over the hump there? Can they turn this and getting MICAH there into a division championship, get back on top, and maybe get themselves to another NFC championship game? Can they do that? They got close last year until they got fucked over by the referees in the Eagles game, but
I don't know about that.
Okay, so about 45 minutes into this episode, we're going to go ahead and start talking. Maybe it's time to start talking about the NFC East and how we think it's going to turn out. I had a bit I was going to do. I think I'm just going to skip it now because I was going to do a bit. Here, I'll show it because I was going to do this. If you look, because you can see it, Jimbo.
Yeah.
That was going to be my bit. I was going to say, oh, look at the Giants. I got the Giants 17-0. Fuck the Eagles. Eagles 0-17. They're going to suck so bad. Woo, and just kind of be a goofy bastard. It seems kind of dumb to do that now. Because right now I don't know if I could put the Cowboys lower than anybody else. But yeah, so that is, so we're going to change that. Do that. We'll put the real one in there. Because I was like, how do I be entertaining? How are we going to do this as entertaining? And it was like, boy, I guess I didn't really need to worry about it. Now, did I? The chat is quite alive with a little bit of back and forth between Hamster and ELS. By the way, if you want to join us in the chat and talk about this massive breaking news of Micah Parsons being traded to the Green Bay Packers, join us in the chat. Say what's up. Say how you doing. Say what you think about this particular trade. Because this is something. Yes, defensive tackle Kenny Clark. So they got basically an edge rusher for an interior defensive lineman. There with Kenny Clark there going from the Packers down to Dallas. And like I said, boy, I think it's September 28th is the Sunday night game between Dallas and Green Bay in Arlington. Holy shit, that's going to be a fun one. That is going to be a big one. So, okay. Now, for the main purpose of this show, where we're talking about
45 minutes later,
we're supposed to be talking about where we predict teams are going to be here in the NFC. Let's do this. Is the real list now. This is the real one. And let's get this down here. And me and Jimbo are close on the order, but there's some stuff there I do want to talk about here. Jimbo, he has the Eagles winning the division. Big fucking shock. He has the Eagles at 11-6, so kind of a bit of a downer year from last year, according to Jimbo. Redskins at 7 under fucking 500. Wow, I have some 3 games under 500. Giants at 6-11, just there. So kind of how I think people have been basing the Giants. I've said the same thing. And the Cowboys, which right now seems like a very much more realistic 4-12. Like all of a sudden, like my 3-14, I thought might have been a little low. Right now, that might be fucking realistic. All of a sudden, our both Cowboy prediction there seems possible. Seems like a real possibility. On the other end, I have the Eagles at 14-3. In the division, I have the Redskins at 13-4. I've got the New York Football Giants in third place at a still under 500, but I think slightly respectable 8-9, which I actually kind of bumped up a little bit in the preseason. I was like, actually, I kind of skewed more towards the higher end. The more I saw the Giants, I was like, maybe. Again, 6-11 is still very much a possibility. Don't get me wrong. Like I'm not saying Giants aren't making the playoffs. Trust me. And I have the Cowboys there at 3-14, which I said all of a sudden seems a lot more like it's in the realm of possibility. Not just Cowboy. It's not just us Cowboy hating because you're an Eagles fan and I'm a Giants fan. I'm sure there's people out there that will say so. People don't watch us. But if they did,
I wish I would have looked at DraftKings. The betting odds.
What the betting odds were and how much this changed. I wonder what the change was for the Cowboys. Boy, I'd love to see what old Scooter Magruder has to fucking say, that Cowboy fucking guy. I'm sure he's having a lovely day. Good for you, Scooter. I'm sure he thinks we're just haters. All the Cowboy fans are probably just saying, "Oh, you're just fucking haters. The Cowboys aren't going to finish that low." Maybe not. Maybe not. Maybe the Cowboys do a little bit better. But, like, okay, here's the question I'll ask. Now, we're looking at this. This is what our official predictions are. You know, not so much as high and lows and stuff like that. Those could be different. Like I said, the Giants, I think, could be as low as 6-11. I do think 8-9 is as high as the Giants can get this year. But you never know. For the Cowboys, knowing everything we know now that Mike is gone, where would you do you? What would be your ceiling? The absolute everything goes perfectly. What's the best the Cowboys can do?
Best they could do as of today, as of
record wise, as of now that Mike is gone, Mike is somewhere else. They have Kenny Clark now on the interior line. All of that and everything else is obviously still the same. The coach is obviously still the same. You still got Dak there. You got CD Lamb. Yeah. So you have offensive weapons. You got guys there. Maybe not a running game. Certainly don't have a fucking running game in Dallas. What would you put as the Cowboys' absolute ceiling?
So, with me having them at 4-13, I had them at 4-13. Maybe they could pick up a win or two. So maybe 6 wins. But before a half hour ago, I really think I may have nailed it.
Okay,
I think the best they could do is 4-13.
Okay, cool. Well, let me run down the schedule here because now I'm very interested in this. We're going to do a deep dive here on Dallas. An Eagles fan and a Giants fan going deep on Dallas here, but if only Slashley was here, we'd be able to really just screw with her all day. This would be fun.
We'll have to check on her.
Oh God, she cannot be having a good day. She cannot be having a good day. Okay, week 1, Cowboys, Eagles. Clearly, you think the Eagles are going to win.
Yeah.
Okay, week 2, Giants at Dallas.
Now I think the Giants.
Now you think the Giants. Okay, I'll put that as a Giants win. Week 3, Cowboys at Bears.
That's how bad this is. I'll go Bears.
Bears? Okay, I'll put down the Bears as a win. Okay. Week 4, baby. Green Bay Packers at Dallas Cowboys. Holy shit, I can't wait for that fucking game now.
I'll go Cowboys.
ELS about to jump through the fucking screen and murder your ass.
He's going to do a Doctor Strange of trains at me. Obviously, Packers.
Hamster says, by the way, why does this change anything? We already knew he wasn't going to play when we made the predictions. I guess to that extent, that's true. I guess there were some people still thinking that at the end of the day, Jerry would give him enough money that he'd say, fuck it, I'll play for you. I was never under that assumption. I always felt like after he sent that note, I was like, Micah is never going to play for Dallas. And sure enough, he's not going to. Okay, week 5, Dallas at the Jets.
That one I'll give Dallas.
Okay. That one you got Dallas there. Week 6, Dallas at the Panthers.
I'll go Panthers.
Panthers at home. Okay. Week 7, Redskins at Dallas.
Redskins.
Okay.
I'll go Redskins.
Week 8, Cowboys at Broncos.
At Broncos?
At the Broncos. At the Broncos. Yeah, because here's the thing. Denver's defense is quite good. Yeah. And with this hit to Dallas's defense, because here's the other thing, too. I think DeMarcus Lawrence retired, didn't he? So they don't have him on the interior now either.
He went somewhere else.
Or did he go somewhere else? Either way, they don't have DeMarcus Lawrence, and now the two best pieces you had on your defense, DeMarcus Lawrence on the inside and Micah Parsons on the outside, now you don't have them.
Yep.
I think that's the thing some people are forgetting about this too is, the Micah Parsons news is huge. You lose Micah Parsons. Holy shit. But they also don't have DeMarcus Lawrence now in the interior either.
Yeah.
That's something to really worry about. And I think with Denver's defense, I think Denver wins that game, absolutely. Week 9, the Desert Birds. Cardinals at Dallas.
I'll go Dallas.
Okay. Then Dallas has their bye in week 10. By that time, they will Gonna need it. Week 11, Cowboys at Vegas. The Raiders.
At Vegas.
Vegas.
I'll go Dallas.
Dallas. Okay. Week 12, Eagles at Dallas.
I gotta think Philly.
You got to think Philly there. Week 13, Chiefs at Dallas.
Chiefs.
Got to go Chiefs on that one. Week 14, Dallas at Detroit.
Detroit.
I got to go Detroit with that one. Week 15, Minnesota at Dallas.
Minnesota.
I think, dude, they got a fucking murder. Week 16, Chargers at Dallas.
Chargers.
Week 17, Dallas at Redskins.
I'm gonna say Dallas. Only because
On the road?
Hold on. Only because I'm thinking by that point playoff spots are locked up.
Again, but you have Washington set up at like fucking 7-10, which is fucking weird in my mind.
Yeah,
I don't think they're going to have that big of a crash.
Yeah, but I'll still go Dallas.
And then week 18, Dallas up at the big HVAC unit against the New York Football Giants.
I'm gonna go Giants.
Okay, so with that, your record now after the MICAH situation is 3-14. You nailed that's. You have the Cowboys winning 3 games. You have the Cowboys beating the Jets. You have the Cowboys beating the Arizona Cardinals, and you have the Cowboys beating the Washington Redskins in Week 17 because you think by that time everything's going to be set or whatever.
Yeah.
So now you have now you have them having the same record as I had them at 3-14. Yeah. So you have them winning 1 fewer game. I was going to say, especially after the bye, holy shit! What a murderer's row! What a murderer's row! The Giants have the Giants have a very similar schedule, so that's what I mean. It's not anything like that, but wow, because that's the thing. They get Vegas after the bye, so that's a little cushion, if you will. Unless the Raiders turn out to be surprising, and you never know. But then, you do get the Eagles and Chiefs at home, but even at home, those two teams, I can't see the Eagles or Chiefs losing to the Cowboys. You got to go to Detroit late in the season where they're probably fighting for their lives in an NFC North that now has a Micah Parsons Packers and the Vikings with that. That division's going to be fighting for their lives. You think you're going to go into Detroit and fucking win up there? Eat shit. Then they have to go back home to Dallas and play those Minnesota Vikings with that. Eat shit.
Yeah.
And then the Chargers, who, again, maybe defensively not great, but that offense is going to blow them out of the fucking water. And I think they lose against Washington, to tell you the truth. So I have them back down again. I have them at probably only 2 wins because I don't think they're winning that game. Again, I think they'll beat the Jets. Honestly, no, I'll give them the Panthers. I'll give them the Panthers.
Okay.
I'll give them either the Panthers or the Bears. They'll win one of those games. Either at Chicago or at Carolina. I don't think they'll win both, but they'll win one of them.
I think the Bears will be more realistic.
It could be depending on how Caleb does.
Yeah.
But holy shit. Yeah, that second half of the schedule for the Cowboys. Oh my God. And now you got to do it without Micah Parsons. Now you got to do it without Micah.
Have fun.
Boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. Let's look at some of what our boys here have it. ELS in the chat, his rankings for the NFC East. He has the Washington Redskins winning the division at 13-4. The Eagles just coming in second place at 12-5, still making the playoffs. The Giants at a respectable 8-9, kind of where I have them. They're still under 500, but Daboll keeps his job, Shane keeps his job, and that team looks like they're ready to move on to Jackson Dart. Russell Wilson gets to move on somewhere else. And we have Jackson Dart and Jameis Winston as a backup quarterback, and that team seems to be moving forward. The defense looks good. They're solid. Everything looks great. I like it. We'll move forward from there. And he has the Cowboys at 3-14, where I have them now. So, again, not a lot of people seem to be very high on it. Now, I got to go through back all of this and see what Hamster has. Hamster smoking crack. I love Hamster.
He is.
I really do. But brother in Christ, you're smoking crack. He has the Giants at 12-5, and I'm listen, Giants fan. Jeremy Shockey, baby. Like Mark Bavaro, Phil Simms, all that shit. Love it. I've been a Giants fan since I came out of the womb. I have a picture of me in a little Giants onesie. Giants are not going 12-6. Or 12-5, sorry, 12-5.
Yeah.
12-6 would be maybe if we just start getting extra wins and playing extra games, maybe. Cowboys at 11-6. Possible, I guess. Listen, if the Giants can be 12-5, the Cowboys can be 11-6. Why the fuck not? Washington at 9-8 and the Eagles 7-10. I don't know about that. Maybe Washington does take a little bit of that bump. Maybe they do go down to 9-8. I still think Washington makes the playoffs. Like I don't they don't feel like the Texans to me. Their defense is still a little questionable. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
But I think they have Scary Terry, and now you got Debo, who can do it all. And yes, if he stays healthy, which he wasn't able to do in San Francisco and all the other shit, Santa Clara, sorry. But I do think that the Redskins offensively are in a better position now than they were last year. Defensively, they might be the same. Maybe they improved a little bit. I'm not sure. Like looking at it in the preseason, I was like, kind of similar, But I'll give them the benefit of the doubt there. So I don't think they're gonna do worse than they did last year, to be honest. It just doesn't feel like that.
My only two questions about the Redskins is, like you said, their defense, and is Jalen Daniels going to have a sophomore slump? And that's kind of why I have them at that like average, figuring the defense really didn't improve, and Daniels is going to have a little bit of a setback or step back.
I don't know. I just don't see it. I think the one thing we both agree on, and to an extent, because like I said, you have the Eagles at 11-6. That is low to me.
Yeah, we got a tough schedule.
But this team is fucking. I mean, you have your touchdown merchant there in fucking Jalen Hurts. He steals all the Saquon's touchdowns. Piece of shit. But there you go. I mean, because you have the Cowboys week 1. I think that's an easy win. Then you got the Chiefs in week 2. I think that's a win for the Chiefs. Then you play the Rams at home. As good as I think the Rams are, you're at home. Eagles are who they are. Eagles win that one. Week 4, you're at Tampa Bay. The bugaboo team, I think Tampa, because Tampa's very good this year too. Let's not fuck around with that. I think Tampa wins that game. Week 5, you have the Broncos, but they're coming to the link. I like the Broncos. I like their defense. But I think the Eagles' defense is. I think that's going to be a case where the Eagles' defense is good enough to kind of keep Bo Nix in check, and the Eagles' offense, especially with Saquon there, is going to be good enough, even with that Broncos defense. I think the Eagles win at home. Then you play the Giants in Week 6. Now I have that as a win. Maybe I changed that. Because the Eagles are at the Giants. You're playing at the big air conditioner there in Week 6. Maybe the Giants win that one. Maybe, I don't know. I have it as an Eagles win here. I have the Eagles sweeping the Giants because I made this months ago. But I might change that. I think the Giants can at least split. I think the Giants can at least split with the Eagles this year. God, that would be what a win that would be. The Giants to beat the Eagles, at least in one of these fucking games, please. Week 7, Eagles at Vikings. Again on the road, but I like the Eagles in that game. Then you got the Giants again at home. That'll be so we have the Giants twice in 3 weeks. That's a shame. That's real quick this year. I like it better when it's a little more spaced out, but it is what it is. Week 10, Eagles at Packers. Now that becomes a very interesting game. Before I was going to be all over the Eagles. Now, with Micah in there, all of a sudden Jalen Hurts gets a little toe tappy back there. He doesn't know what to do with the ball. All of a sudden Saquon can't get free like he used to. He's got MICAH Parsons up his asshole. I don't know. All of a sudden shit starts going down. I have the Eagles winning that one. Again, this was done months ago, so I'm not even updating this now. Week 11, Lions at Eagles. I have the Eagles beating the Lions. Again, because they're at home. If this was in Detroit, maybe I pick Detroit. Maybe home field advantage means something there. I don't know. But I have that. Week 12, I have the Eagles beating Dallas in Dallas. Week 13, beating the Bears at home. Week 14, going to SoFi and beating the Chargers. I like the Chargers. I think they're good, but I don't think they're nearly on the Eagles' level. Week 15 against the Raiders, that's a win. Week 16 against Washington, in Washington. I have that as a win. I think they split with Washington, either way. So either you lose in Washington and win at home, or you win at Washington and lose at home. Either way, I think you split that some way. And Week 17 up in Buffalo, that one can go either way, but I gave it to the Eagles simply because at that time of year in Buffalo, the ground game is going to matter more than who the fucking quarterback is.
Yeah.
And when you've got Saquon Barkley versus James Cook, I like James Cook. I think James Cook is a fine running back. In that situation, give it to the fucking tank in the backfield, man. Saquon all day. So that's why I have the Eagles where I have them. I think they are that good. You have them losing 3 more games there. I don't know where you have them losing those games. Like maybe the Bills game, fine. I'll give them the Bills game. And you give them a Giants game, you still need one more game there to get down to your record. I don't know how you do that.
Let me see if I could pull up my Eagles schedule from that.
Well, let me see, because I can run it down for you here as we look at it here, because I can run down through again, because like I said, you got the Cowboys week 1. Who do you have winning that one?
All right, so I got Philly winning the first 4 games.
You have them beating Kansas City?
Yeah.
And Tampa Bay?
I think this is
you're fucking no. You're not getting over the hump with Tampa. That's not happening. Tampa's winning that game.
Then I have Denver beating us.
That's an odd choice. That's an odd choice. I don't think. I mean, I like Denver this year, but I don't think they beat you at home. I don't think Denver wins at home.
Philly beating the Giants.
Clearly, yeah.
I got Minnesota beating the Eagles.
Again, Again, Minnesota defense is a lot better, but you're dealing with essentially a rookie quarterback. And by that time, I mean, yeah, Addison will be back. Will Justin Jefferson be healthy by that point? Will Adam Thielen be healthy? Who knows where the Vikings are at that point? And if is JJ McCarthy any good? We won't know. So. I think there's too many questions marks there to say that the defending Super Bowl champions, who have put together yet another fantastic fucking team, is going to lose to the Minnesota Vikings, even in Minnesota. I don't know.
And then I got them beating the Giants again. Now I think I did this before the draft, so.
I think I did this 12 weeks ago. I did this when we decided, hey, we're going to do this again this year. I think that's when I did it. So this is about fucking 3 months old.
Okay. Sorry, ELS, but I got Philly beating Green Bay.
As did I. But that might change. That could be one that changes. Simply because of MICAH. And that's the thing. That's what one player can do. Really is. And boy, Dallas, what the fuck are you doing? It's a bad day to be a Dallas fan. I am going to have to text fucking Slashley later on and just be like, how we doing? You okay? When's that Oasis concert? Because you really need it. You really need it right now.
So I got Detroit beating Philly. I got Philly beating Dallas again.
You have Detroit beating Philly? Okay, that's weird. At home, you have Detroit beating Philly?
Yeah. Philly beating the Bears.
Right.
Chargers beating Philly. Only because we are not good at going from East Coast to West Coast.
Yeah, but that place is going to be Philadelphia West because nobody shows up to SoFi except for the fucking transplants.
Yeah, but
so it's going to be all Philadelphia fans there.
They're not playing. They're not playing on the field. Philly beating the Raiders, Washington beating Philly, Buffalo beating Philly, and then Philly winning the last week against Washington.
Man, I can't believe I have to be the one here talking to you about thinking that you've got the Eagles losing too many games. But I don't know if this is your way of trying to be like, I don't want to jinx it. I don't want to say we're going to be too good because then we're going to be too good, and then if we're not, it's going to give them something to talk about. Or I don't. I get that, but
Yeah.
But brother,
I
this
do my
isn't
best
this
to-
isn't 2018. You know what I mean? This is not the Eagles are not going to fall flat on their face this year. That is not going to happen.
I hope not.
You know, I mean, listen, we're talking about Saquon probably having another 2,000-yard year. Let's be fucking serious. Let's be fucking serious, all right? And Hamster says, no way Tampa beats the Eagles. Yeah, like no way Tampa could beat the Eagles the last couple of years. Listen, Tampa beat the Eagles fucking last year. When the Eagles were all the Eagles were Eagles. Guess what? Tampa fucking beat them. Guess what? The Rams almost beat them and probably should have if it wasn't for a couple of bad referee calls, which is, you know, always happens, but... Now you know what it's like to be a Chiefs fan. Now you know what it's like to be a Chiefs fan. Oh, it's the refs. Oh, the refs are doing this, huh? All right, so
we beat them fair and square.
So there it is. There's our NFC East predictions. We both have the Eagles winning the NFC East. Redskins in second. I have them making the playoffs. Jimbo does not. Jimbo has the Giants at 6-11. I have them at 8-9, and we both have the Cowboys in last place, and now maybe deservedly so. Jimbo at 4-13, me at 3-14, because they just traded MICAH Parsons to the Packers and got Kenny Clark and 2 first-round picks. So, Hamster, you can shove that shit right up your ass with the Fly Eagles Fly bullshit. Okay, so there's that.
Fly, Eagles fly.
Shut the
on
fuck
the road
up.
to.
So with that, we have our NFC playoff picture set. So let's take a look at how me and you will see the NFC playoffs shaking out. And there we go. Jimbo, he has the Detroit Lions as the number 1 seed in the NFC, getting the bye there at 13-4. He has the Cardinals in the 2nd seed at 11-6. He has the Eagles at 11-6, but in 3rd, losing the tiebreaker there to the Arizona Cardinals. And in 4th, he has the Buccaneers at 10-7. For his wild card teams, he has the Minnesota Vikings at 13-4, the Rams at 10-7, and the 49ers squeaking in at 9-8. I, however, have the Tampa Bay Buccaneers as the number 1 team in the NFC at 14-3. Also at 14-3, I have the Eagles, but in 2nd place due to the tiebreaker. Also at 14-3, I have the Los Angeles Rams, but because of the tiebreakers, they fall to the 3rd seed. I have the Detroit Lions at 12-5 as the 4th seed. I have the Washington Redskins at 13-4 as the 5th seed. I have the Niners also at 13-4, but due to tiebreakers, they are the 6th seed. And at the 7th seed, I have the Minnesota Vikings and J.J. McCarthy making the playoffs in his first full year of action at 9-8. Jimbo, your thoughts on the NFC playoffs as we see it?
Mine compared to yours, it seems like mine is like
yours is
real
fucking
shitty year.
wild. Yours is the Cardinals in second as the 2nd seed.
You know what, like,
Eagles 3rd seed. Like it's fucking like
Here's
that
what's
seems
funny about
wild to me.
here's what's funny about you. Last year with the power rankings, our first year doing the power rankings, you're just really out there with your power rankings. This year, you're like, wow, okay, we're actually pretty cool. You
We're
know,
pretty
right
doing
with
all
each
right,
other.
yeah.
This year, you're like, you're really out there with the Friday forecast. Whereas last year, we were pretty decent.
Friday forecast, I thought we were all right, except for the Bills. Clearly, we fucked the Bills
Yeah.
up. But for like our divisional things, we were fine. But yeah, with the thing, because you were all every week for you was like, oh, Eagles are first. Eagles, why? And then you were getting pissed at me. Why aren't the Eagles first? Why aren't the Eagles first? Because fuck you. That's why it's my list. I can do whatever I want. Eat shit. So that means for the first round, you would have the 49ers versus the Cardinals. Good divisional matchup there. The Rams versus the Eagles. Oh, that'd be a good one. Nice little rematch there. And the Vikings, they would take a trip down to Tampa Bay and play the Buccaneers. That'd be a pretty decent matchup. I think that'd be nice.
There'll be some good games there.
With my playoff scenario, with the Buccaneers getting the bye, you'd have the Vikings making the trip to Philadelphia. Vikings and Eagles is always a good one. It's always a fun one. You'd have another NFC West divisional matchup there with the 49ers versus the Rams, and you'd have a rematch of last year's divisional matchup of the Washington Redskins going to Detroit to play the Detroit Lions, which I think would be another good one as well. So it's set up to look pretty good. Hamster, yes, you can screenshot that as well. Again, it's on YouTube. We can always just go back and watch these and see, you know. But now that we see this, who do you think makes the Super Bowl? outside of the, if you don't think it's going to be, let's say the Eagles don't make, because you're going to say the Eagles, and that's fine. But if it's not the Eagles, who do you think from the NFC, from your playoff matchup, can make the Super Bowl? Who would you pick? One. Only one. Pick one team other than the Eagles.
Who I have here.
Who you have in your playoff matchup that would go to the Super Bowl. Only pick one.
I'll say Buccaneers.
You say the Buccaneers can make it. Okay.
Yeah.
And believe it or not, I'm going to say the same thing. Like I said, outside of the Eagles, who are the presumptive favorite to make it out of the NFC. Yeah, I got to say, like, I just like the Buccaneers this year. Yeah. I really do. I think I think they've got a unique team to do it. Now, that's not to say that none of the teams can do it. I think the Lions can do it. I think if the Redskins can put some things together, again, they made it to the NFC Championship game last year on a fucking hope and a prayer, and they did it. So you get another year under Daniel's belt there. You get a couple more weapons there. You got Scary Terry's back. You got Deebo Samuel's there now. Like I think they got a shot. I think any of the, and listen, there might be a team that makes the playoff that we don't even see right now that could do it. Could be the Falcons. Could be. Maybe get some of that big Penix energy out there, and next thing you know, you got a big Penix coming out of the butthole dome. It's just the Falcons. Everything about the Falcons is fucking genital related. It's either you got big Penix energy, you got a giant butthole dome. It's like, does the vagina doors look like it looks like the locker room doors going to say vagina. I kind of flipped it around, but it's kind of the thing. Like, what are we doing down there in Atlanta? Everything is just weird. Everything's weird. But yeah, there you go. There is the Friday forecast prediction for the NFC playoff seeding and how me and Jimbo see that all going down. But boy, I got to tell you, as we jump back over here to the main screen, the biggest story, the main story of this particular broadcast,
and not about Taylor Swift.
Yeah, no, you keep on bringing her up though. Like, you yell at me for liking her or doing all that kind of stuff.
Well, I like streaks. I like streaks, so I want to make sure we keep that streak.
I would like if she streaked too, but I don't think that's going to happen. Let's see. This a couple more. Let's just read some takes here. This from Peter Schrager. Agree with it or not, Jerry wasn't going to be bullied around and when things went sideways. He didn't want to pay the player $47 million, so we traded him. It could end up being one of the dumber deals ever made, but Jerry could make the trade with zero hesitation because he can. Was Jerry really bullied in this situation? I don't think so. Jerry wasn't bullied, and this wasn't a case of Micah looking for money. Like, that's what I mean. Like, in most of these situations where you have a player that is, like, he says, I'm holding out, or I'm going to be traded, like the Terry McLaurin situation, like other ones that we've seen throughout the years. Trade me. I don't want to be trade me when there's a contract negotiation going on. It is just that. It is a contract negotiation tactic. Please get me out of here. I'll do that. And then, all right, we'll give you this money. Hey, look at that. Everything's fine. Oh, look at that. Simpatico. All right. Yeah, let's go. I'm proud to be here and all that. Yeah.
Yeah.
This wasn't a case where Micah was saying, trade me because I want a certain amount of money. He was saying, trade me because you have disrespected me for the last fucking time. You've disrespected my teammates for the last fucking time. I sat here and I waited and I did everything right, and you still tried to get one over on me. Old Jerry is still trying to get one over on me. And he said, fuck you. You could give me all the money in the world. I'm not playing for you. I think that's the difference. So I think Schrager's a little off base with this one.
Yeah.
I don't think he knows that. Yeah, boy. Yeah. Nick Wright is always wrong. That's always a fun little take. Freezing Cold Takes is having a fun one today. Let me tell you that one. Because Nick Wright, he said that Jerry Jones knows deep down that Micah Parsons is getting the bag. We all know how this is ending. It's ending with around $42 million a year, around $110 million fully guaranteed, and it's ending up with Micah's locked up long-term for the Cowboys. That's the problem, is that's what a lot of these fucking people thought. They just thought this was a regular contract thing.
Yeah.
And it wasn't. This was a serious fucking respect thing. This was, listen, you have fucked me over and disrespected me over and over again, and this was the last straw. And then I think that, to me, I think the disconnect definitely was well, he's always injured. Why am I going to pay him?
Yep.
All right. I'm always injured. You don't want to pay me, then send me somewhere else. I'll go somewhere else and do something. Hamster in chat, he says Micah was just a big crybaby and a distraction for the team. Hamster, I love you, and I know you're just trying to push buttons, but shut the fuck up. Of course, I'm the only person in the world. We have like fucking 5 people who watch us, and I'm the one sitting there telling at least one of them, shut the fuck up. Like, who does that? That is not the way to build a fucking audience base, King. What are you doing? Yeah, I can't believe they got it. They got it done. And here we go. By the way, we've got some numbers here now, by the way. The Packers went from, I don't know what it was, but right now, currently, they are plus 1,200 to win the Super Bowl, which is the 6th best odds currently.
Okay.
And they are now only plus 170 to win the NFC North.
Wow.
So they have had quite the bump in the odds. Let me see if I can find a Packers before and after here. Packers betting odds before and after. Let's see if we can find something. Okay, the Packers division odds, by the way, went from plus 220 to plus 170, making them the favorites overall now to win the division over the Detroit Lions, who were plus 190. Their total wins moved from 9.5 to 10.5.
Okay.
And their Super Bowl odds dropped from where it was plus 2,000 to what I said, the plus 1,200. Their NFC odds moved to plus 600, which is now only behind the Eagles, who are currently plus 380. And Jordan Love's MVP odds have dropped from plus 2,000 to plus 1,600. So all the odds for the Packers, everything's dropped out. Like they all of a sudden, it's what a move.
Yeah.
The Packers all of a sudden now are, betting wise, a favorite to win a division, one of the favorites to win the NFC, and are the 6th highest or 6th best odds to win the Super Bowl. That's one player.
Yep.
This player.
For me, this is like up there with when Reggie signed with the Packers.
This is one of those moves. This kind of is, it's kind of a reverse Herschel Walker move.
Yeah.
Because like that one, it was like Dallas was on, first of all, the good end of that. And also you were trading one player, but you got a fucking haul that made their 90s team.
Yeah.
This is, you're not getting that hole. Nobody's getting that hole anymore.
Yeah.
But now you've got one player who's going to be, I mean, that is an impact player. And that is what Jerry lost him by trying to be Jerry. And maybe this is a lesson for him. Maybe this is something he finally gets and understands. But he Jerried too close to the sun on this one. and it came to burn him. And I think that was it. I think he finally realized, I guess, in whatever happened, because we were talking about it a little bit before, how there was no communication between the two sides. And then today it came out through Schefter and Rappaport and all them that, the Cowboys are willing to listen to offers. They're willing to listen. It's like, I think it finally got through to Jerry that he went one step too far over the line. And he realized this wasn't going to be a case like with Dak, where it was going to be game day and he gave him a whole bunch of money and he was going to come and play. That wasn't going to happen here. Yeah. Micah was, I don't care what the pay is, I'm not playing for you because you're a piece of shit and I don't like you and you've disrespected me and my teammates long enough. Go fuck yourself. And yeah. And like I said, this is long from the end of the story. Like I said, I think the NFLPA's got a lot to look into when it comes to Jerry with how this all went down, and now look into the past. And, I wonder if there's ways that they can, like, are there contracts that they can null and void because Jerry negotiated them without an agent present if the player had an agent?
Yeah.
Like, is there a legal way that you can say these contracts don't exist? That these have no legal standing. They have to be. That's an interesting. Again, that's long down the road. That's lawyer questions, and I didn't go to law school. I went to 2 semesters of fucking community college. That's as far as we made it here. So those are questions for more lawyery people. But it's an interesting thought that, again, I don't think this is anywhere near the end of that kind of stuff with this particular saga. But the main portion of the saga, where is Micah going to play? He's going to play in the frozen tundra of Lambeau Field. God, I really need to get into voiceover work. I really do. I could be the next John Facenda. Are we serious? I could do that. I could do NFL Films. Give me a call. Let's go. Lambeau, the frozen tundra, legendary Lambeau Field. Such legends as Lombardi and Starr and Favre. Not Jordan Love yet, but now Micah Parsons.
I was going to say, and Parsons.
Yes, you know. But yeah, wow. Thank you, everybody, for joining us here on an absolutely banger of a Friday forecast on a Thursday. Wasn't expecting it, but we had it. And that's the shit. I had a whole thing. I was going to be like, if something broke, I had like thumbnails ready and stuff like that. Yeah. They didn't even get to use it because we were on the air when it broke, but it's still pretty good. ELS is telling Hamster to go to the pit of fire, which I think means hell. I think he just doesn't like to say hell. Yeah. So that's all right. I mean, I'm a Devils fan, so I'm used to that. But thank you so much for joining us here on an absolutely banner day here on Stay Tuned Sports. If you'd like to help us out at all, and you can do so for free, hit the like, share, and subscribe buttons down there. Help us out tremendously. Hit that bell notification, let you know whenever we go live, because we're going live a lot now. We got the football season coming up. We are 1 week away from the start of NFL season, and that's it. Thursday night, me and Jimbo doing a watch along. Friday, doing a watch along. Sunday, watch along. Monday, watch along. What? That's what we're doing, baby. Oh, it's all starting now. And also, like we learned today, we're just going to do live shows because apparently shit goes down. So let's make sure that we're ready for that. So the recorded shows, fuck that. We're not doing that shit anymore. But yeah, if you want to do that. Also, if you want to help us out a little bit more fiduciarily, down in the description below this video, we have a link for our donation station and our merch store. We have a link for our Discord if you want to join us down there and join the discussion about what an amazing day this has been in the world of football and the NFL and in sports, really. It's a great day in sports and therefore the world. You can do all that. Jimbo, before we get the fuck out of here and eat some dinner, because I seriously need to go eat something, and I might jump back on the Discord afterwards, but for now, final thoughts on this auspicious day.
Very simple. I think this, I was going to say this trade, but I think this situation is finally going to be the downfall of Jerry Jones. I think if this plays out that they're a losing season, Parsons is defensive MVP, he may step down.
Not even defensive MVP. If he just has a great year, if the NFLPA investigate him for for all the negotiating without agent shit, if the league starts looking to come down on him, if other owners start looking at it, like, because I'm sure the owners would be fine being able to go ahead and negotiate with players without an agent, but they've been doing it by the rules. If Jerry's been doing this, and then that's the other way. If they go through this and he faces no repercussions for this, other teams are going to start doing it too. Yep. But if the league and NFLPA come down on him, like if it comes down to, like, because now you're talking about, that's the CBA. Now you're talking about labor courts. Now you're talking about actual U.S. Justice Department and system coming in. Yeah. Like, this could be, like you said, we're long from the end of this particular saga. We really are. Like, the main portion here with Micah finding a place to play and doing all this stuff, that's fine. That part is over. There's the whole Jerry Jones part of this now. And he always said that, boy, he likes the controversy, good, bad, or indifferent. Just talk about the Cowboys and we'll like it. I'm not sure if he's going to like this one, though.
Nope.
Because this one was different. It's on a different level. And now we have to start looking into it. And now you, sorry, Jerry, you've piqued too many people's interest now. And now it's going to be like, but you said you like negotiating without the agents there. Let's look into that. And that's going to be a problem. That's going to be something. Yep. By the way, the final in the poll, who finishes last in the NFC East? 67% of our voters said the Dallas Cowboys. That seems to make sense. 33% said the Philadelphia Eagles. And I think that wasn't me. That wasn't me. So I think we know who that was. I think we know who
Yeah.
it was. We know where it was.
After I gave him a congratulations, he probably voted for that.
ELS, again, congratulations, buddy. You see him in a resident Packer fan, ELS. He says, I'm thrilled, man. The Packers defense just got a big got a big piece to help. Yeah, you got more than just a big piece to help, man. You've got a generational talent all of a sudden there. So that's crazy. But boy, until the countdown on Monday, I believe, where we will go ahead and show you who our number one. I wonder who the number one team is going to be. I wonder if you can go ahead. You can watch the other episodes and see if you can deduce who might be the number one power ranked team that me and Jimbo have. That'll come out on Monday. Then we have the flagship on Wednesday. Then Jimbo on Thursday. NFL football, baby. The Philadelphia Eagles, the Dallas Cowboys without Micah Parsons. The Eagles raising their second Super Bowl banner in, 8 years? We made it. I'm going to say it again. I'm going to say it about 10 million more times before we actually get there, but we made it. So, yeah, until then, enjoy the college football weekend. It's going to be fantastic. Don't get too drunk. Notre Dame plays on Sunday. I'll be watching it with the old man up in PA. And then, yeah, we'll catch up with you guys later. But until then, my name is King. That is your good friend Jimbo. This has been the Friday Forecast on Stay Tuned Sports. Adios, everybody.